All right, folks. There's some great people doing breaking news about the Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate pricing, emails received, and there's a lot of fake emails going around. There's a lot of new emails going around. And honestly, I think this has been completely and utterly, totally mishandled by Microsoft. But if this is said to be true, this is the biggest middle finger to all of those people that basically canceled their subscription. And it's going to be really telling if they really did actually follow through, because all they have to do now is post their actual screen to show what their monthly reoccurrence is, and that will dictate whether they actually truly cancelled it whether they were actually just rage baiting for the actual clicks and 2 minutes of fame. But let's have the drop and we can get into it because there's a lot to discuss here. All right, so this email here was sent out, and I've got a slightly different email that I received, which came from a not so readily accessible Microsoft email. So I'm going to show you that as well and give you the email address. This one I don't have the email address for. This one was being shown on another video, but it's circulating around on Twitter right now. It reads, recently you may have heard about the changes to price of Game Pass subscriptions. At this time, these increases will only affect new purchases. So new purchases will be $22.99 and will not affect your current subscription for the market in which you reside, as long as you are on auto recurring plan. So for all of you that basically cancelled your subscription and tried to go on a protest, well, you've just screwed yourself over, because Microsoft is, if this is to be believed, Microsoft is saying, for those of you that had faith in us and knew that we wouldn't screw you over, here you go. Microsoft is saying, well, those of you that stayed on and kept your subscription despite the drama, we're going to look after you. For those of you that decided you're going to jump ship the first chance you got, you can now pay the full price. Should you choose to cancel your plan and repurchase, you will be charged at the new current rate, which is exactly the same as Nvidia does it with their Founders Edition for GeForce Now. I'm a member of GeForce Now. I get a permanent discount. But if I cancel my subscription at any point, I go to the new payment scheme and the new features, the current features that is there. Now, if for any reason there may be changes to your existing account, we will notify you at least 60 days in advance, and you will have the option to cancel or change your subscription plan at any time. So, considering this is going into effect in November, people should start receiving that email in November. That will then give them 60 days to make the changes that they require. I assume this is a legal requirement. Now, for those of us who have their subscriptions set until 2028, I suspect, well, we're already subscribed. That falls outside the 60 days. So we've already migrated to the 22.99. But it's going to be interesting if come December, January, those that are still on the the 14.99 here in the UK remain there. So I will follow this video up once we have that information. Now, this is the email that I got. Thank you for being a subscriber of Game Pass Ultimate. We're planning to update our services starting November the 4th, 2025. You'll be charged $68.99. Now, that figure is slightly off because we pay $14.99. $14.99 times 3, I believe, is $44.97 or 96, something like that. It's a couple of pennies. It's 2-3 pennies, right? And so it's not exactly what I'm paying. And then obviously at the bottom, you can see it's going from $44.99 to $68.99. Now, this is based on free monthly, but it's weird how they're giving me a free monthly. Now, full disclosure, I did upgrade recently with a free monthly card, so maybe that is why this is being coming through, because my current plan is set to Ultimate with a 3-month subscription. But this also came from a weird email, xbox at e.xbox.com. Now, others are saying that this is fine, that the E is for validation and verification of stuff, but I'm not sure. I Googled it, and AI came back and said that that is a phishing email, so do not click on anything. And this is the one thing you should not be doing. Do not click on any email link. I don't care how real this email looks, how legit it looks. Right now, fake emails are flying out and they can steal your account. That's the worst thing that could happen to a digital account. You will lose everything, and the chances of you getting it back are slim to none. Don't click on a link. Now, as you can see here, on the 15th of October, it is still at $14.99. Now, my one is set to $22.99, but mine is set to 2028, which is past the 6 months, the 60 days. Now, if we look at the next one that I have over here, this says $22.99. This is the one on Xbox's mobile app, full subscription. And if you actually click on manage, it does send you back to the previous picture where it had $14.99. So it's still there. This one over here in the US, their next charge is in November. On the 5th, it's $19.99. So again, this could very well be subject to that 60 days because recurring billing is on. But if we look at the very first email, this says that it will never change and it will stay at $19.99 and $14.99 here in the UK. Now, I did contact Microsoft support to try and get some heads and tails over this, but they said that no emails have been sent in regards to, people's accounts remaining the same. They've said that people's accounts, everyone's will be changing to $22.99. So I'm not sure what's going on here, but I do have some theory. And I've kind of covered it in the video, but I'm going to kind of spell it out now so it's kind of clear what I think is going on. So, new customer coming to Game Pass Ultimate, you pay $22.99, done. If you are on a reoccurring billing and have not cancelled it for the next 2 months, November and December, you will be paying $14.99 or $19.99 if you're in the US. And then in January, potentially you will be paying the new fee of $22.99 or $29.99. Now, if you are a person like me who has subscribed till 2028, 3 years in advance, my 60 days has elapsed. I'm going to see the new price because by the time that period comes, that change will have come into effect and my 60-day period to waive this will have expired. So I've got plenty of notice. I've got 3 years to make a choice if I want to stay with Ultimate. Now, the fourth option here is, of course, what this is basically saying is if you didn't cancel your Game Pass subscription, your price will remain at $14.99 or $19.99. Now, obviously, mine is showing $22.99, so it's conflicting that information, and I believe that that's not what this is, and I do feel like this is basically referring to the 60 days, and it will remain that way for 60 days. The change in plan is happening in November the 4th. That hasn't come into effect yet. Once it does, you will have 60 days in order to be able to change your plan or move over to the new one. So the one thing that you should not be doing right now is clicking on any of these links. Don't click on any email links. Don't click on anything, right? You can open the email, that's fine, read it, but do not click on the links because Microsoft is saying that they haven't, their support team said this is not the case. But we are seeing emails going around, and I've received one, and I posted on Twitter yesterday saying people to watch out. They could be scammed. It's a really crappy time for people to be trying to capitalize off this, but that is the world we live in, and people are going to try to exploit. The problem with that is we have digital accounts. These are not physical accounts. And because of that, if someone gains access to your digital account, they change your password, you lose every single digital game you've ever had, including your Game Pass subscription, the works. You lose everything through one password. It's that serious. So don't click on any links. If you are going to check out your Microsoft account, go on your phone, go on the web, on your PC or your Mac, whatever you're using, and go to the actual website, xbox.com or microsoft.com, and then go to your portal that way. That way you know it's secure. But folks, that's the video. I hope none of you have been scammed. I hope none of you have been thinking. But if this is true, this would be the biggest middle finger that Microsoft has given to people in a long, long time. They're basic, if this is true, They're basically saying those that stood by us and didn't cancel their Game Pass subscriptions, we got you. But for the rest of you, enjoy the new pricing. But I genuinely don't feel that this is the case, because with that 60 days being there and then the actual my subscription being 2028 having already reverted, which would exceed the 60 days, that to me makes a lot more sense. But don't click on any of these emails, folks. If you value your account, value your games, value your everything, don't do it. Anyway, that's the video. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the stream tonight. Peace out and remain legend.